get involved with acting at a young age? Like, what encouraged you or inspired you?
It was just always there. My mom was a model when she was younger. My mom was hot when she was younger. And so anyways, yeah, she did that. And then she met my dad. She got married at 18. She got married young and had me at 20. And so my mom shed that weight pretty quick, you know, being that she was young and hot mom. And so she started kind of modeling again. And her agent was like, well, why don't you bring in the kid? And it just came from growing up here in LA. It was just kind of part of the deal, I guess. So my mom brought me in, and next thing I knew, I don't even remember, but yeah, and then I guess I found myself doing commercials and stuff when I was really little.
Okay.
So did that for a while. My siblings did the same thing, and then got into junior high and high school, and you know, just wanted to have girlfriends and play sports and do all that stuff. So that's what I did.
Nice.
And then, yeah, and then it was shortly out of high school I found like I had a little work, but wanted to go to college, and I was going to go to UCSB. And then I decided that I didn't want to commit to something that was going to span 4 years. That was just too long. So instead, I thought, why don't I just work the community college system, and that way there every semester I can pack up and go to a new one. Because I was real transient like that. And I still am, actually. And so I did the city college thing for a while, and then finally started hunkering down. I was in the university level, and started freaking out. My friends were graduating with different degrees that they didn't want, and they had student loans to pay off, and I didn't want to be that guy. So I took some time off, and I was working at the Chart House down south, and it was just by chance this guy tracked me down. He remembered me from when I was a kid, and he had me read for this television show called Touched by an Angel, and I did that. And then I came home, and he was like, oh, you should be auditioning all the time. You'd work a lot. And I auditioned for Pleasantville. I got it. And I was like 22 or 23. I was able to pay off my loans. And then I thought I'd make one movie and I'd be done. And then I kept working, and now I'm 38, and I'm going, what the fuck happened? That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Now you're, the public face for
Yeah,
Cool
exactly.
Water.
Exactly.
And how's that feel to be the face for this product?
It feels good. Yeah, at first I really didn't know. I didn't know if I could do it, because I'd been approached in the past for different campaigns, and there's a part of me that thought, man, I don't want to be a salesman, because that's not who I am. Yeah. And I was actually approached just a year prior, just a little less than that, to do another fragrance, and I passed without even blinking. This one was a little bit different because I actually wore this product, so I was like, well, I actually use this stuff, so I guess technically, it's a product that I believe in, because the girls definitely liked it when I was younger. And so it works. I believe in the product. It was just, and it was I think kind of like the association too of like, I remember growing up, this product hit the market basically when I was just leaving junior high school and going into high school, and it was the coolest stuff. Like all the guys wore it, the girls liked it, and the campaigns were much the same. You had this guy coming out of the water, and when you look at it, you'd be like, man, I remember as a kid looking at it, going, man, I want to be there right now. And there's a part of you even that maybe in the back of your mind where you go, man, I'd like to be that guy. Yeah. And, I talked to people at Davidoff on the phone, and they told me what they felt that product represented and what it was about. I was like, oh, yeah, I like that. And then they sold me on why they thought I fit as the guy. And it wasn't because of the nonsense stuff. It was because of what I did. It was my lifestyle behind the scenes, right? Like,
yeah.
Spending a time in the ocean, and, my affinity for it, and studying marine bio, and my involvement with like all the great white shark research, and yada yada yada. So all things considered, they talked to me about it, and it just worked. It fit, and to me it was also it was a challenge too at the same time, because this is something I never really thought that I'd be able to do and be comfortable about it. And so to find something where it actually all kind of came together and made sense, and to be at the end of it now, because this is it. I'm like I'm glad I did it. So that's cool.
Yeah. So I know that you love surfing and you love marine biology. Mm-hmm. How did you transition from marine biology to acting?
I didn't really.
You didn't?
I wanted to go back.
Really?
Yeah, but my friends, I just didn't want to grow up. I have Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so I didn't want to grow up, and like I said earlier, my friends are graduating with degrees in similar fields like environmental chemistry, environmental sciences, and they had a lot more to pay off than I did, because they went straight to the university system. And so it was like, wow, here they were 22 years old and they're like real world. And I hadn't committed that deep yet because for the most part, I was paying my way. And I saw where they were at and I saw the panic and it scared me straight. I was like, put the brakes on. Like, there's no rush here.
Yeah.
And the acting thing just kind of happened. But the acting thing to me was really just kind of a means to really pay off the loans that I had basically picked up, the money that I had against me. And then I really thought that maybe I would make enough to go back into it, you know? I wanted to finish school. That was the plan. Well, one job turned into two jobs, which I think turned into a third one. And I was leaving to go do that third one. And that was going to be the one that was going to set me up for school. And I was leaving to go do that. I was 25 years old. I was leaving to go do that, and I found out I was going to be a dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So in between those jobs, I wasn't making much money yet. I was working at UPS. I was picking up odd jobs. I was working as a busboy. And I was like, wow, thank God I have this because I want to be able to like support my child and all that.
Yeah, of course.
That was really important to me. And then I was really grateful. I was like, wow, so maybe school's going to wait for a little bit. Let's see what I can't do here. But it's funny because with each and every passing job, I thought, this is going to be my last one. I'm going to be done. And I'm going to go back to school. And, you know, there was always a part of me that I was never really completely in. I was always halfway out because my mind was go back to school, go back to school. So I never really took it seriously. I always thought it would just peter out and then I'd be finished. But then, like I said, you know, it's like I just turned 38 and I'm still doing it. So
Yeah.
now I'm like at a point where in my life where I know who I am, I know what I want. I feel really good about things. I know I'm in a good place. I believe in myself. And I feel like, you know, if I set my mind to it, I can make it happen kind of thing. And that's a cool place to be. But now it's like, all right, how am I going to manipulate this to serve that?
Yeah.
And there's a certain part of me that still really needs fulfillment in that arena. The earth sciences in general, I love it. So the thing that I like is it's open doors, and you know, it allowed for that Expedition Great White, which turned into Sharkman, and there's other ventures that I've been involved with for a while now, the Bill Fish Foundation and a few others. So long as I can continue doing that, I feel like, you know, I can have my cake and eat it too. And so it's just really balancing that, and now adjusting to the simple fact that my daughter's going to be a teenager in a month, which really isn't too simple. It's
girls,
it's,
teenagers.
It's crazy.
What did you do with your first paycheck? Was it?
Paid off loans.
Yeah.
Done. Everyone was like, "Oh, why are you doing that? Just declare bankruptcy." There was too much pride, and it wasn't that much. I think it was like, at the time it was a lot. You know, it was like maybe like $17,000, and everyone was like, "Just declare bankruptcy so you can keep the money." And I think part of it was pride, and then there was also part of me that knew that, you know, down the road, what is that? That's not enough to do that. You know, at least I had enough foresight to look into it and go, well, that's 7 years of bad credit and blah 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 blah. And, you know, I'll be almost 30 before things will be good again. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna pay it off. So I'm glad I did. But credit cards, at 18 years old, not a good thing. Not good.
Other than marine biology, what are some of your interests or guilty pleasures, you would say?
You know, I love photography. I take a lot of pictures, and I've really gone into like trekking, like long hikes and doing all that stuff. And so for a while there, I would pack the Audubon field guides in my backpack. And each one of them is like a Bible. So you have the one for the butterflies, you have the one for different insects, you have the one for reptiles, you have the one for birds, and you know, one for flowers, yada yada yada. It adds up. You get the idea. So, you know, before you know, you got 30 pounds on your pack, and you're doing these hikes. And after a while, I wisened up. I was like, this is just ridiculous. Like, just walk with the camera. So I got like the killer 35 millimeter SLR. I got the 5D Mark II. I was like, yeah. And I got my macro lens, and I started taking pictures and coming back, and then I would just look them up. I would just reference them in the Audubon Field Guide. And I love doing. I'm such a geek with that stuff.
No, totally.
So, and I started doing like birding stuff. It's funny because I like long distance shooting. Like, you know, in my other life, I think I was a sniper.
Really?
So, you know, I got like a long distance rifle range, and I was doing all that. And so with that, I had to get this really, really nice, like the glass. It's all about the optics. So this company makes really, really good glass, and it's a really, really good spotting scope. Well, I started getting into birds, and I always like raptors, like birds of prey. And so And then I started getting into like the little Tweety birds. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I'm looking them up, and I can't believe it. Next thing I know, I got my spotty scope out. I'm like, man, I'm like that old man with the rimmed hat and a big white beard, you know, with his walking stick. But I love it, so whatever. So I've been doing a lot of that, and yeah, I dig. I get off on it. So now I still flirt with the idea of going back to school and studying. You know, I don't know if I'd be a naturalist or if I'd study just earth sciences or maybe more marine bio or maybe all of the above. So, you know, I committed to myself to like the next couple years up until I turned 40, just work really, really hard, and then I'll have the option to basically do whatever I want. But you know, 20s are good, 30s are good, 40s are gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
I know what you mean. I've been to the rainforest, and I was taking a bunch of pictures with like one of those big lenses.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
It's fun stuff.
And then my last question is, other than cool water, what would be your 5 must-have items that you carry in your toiletry bag?
I don't even have a toiletry bag.
Or anything. What are your 5
I have a Ziploc bag.
Ziploc bag.
Yeah, but I buy those preserved toothbrushes because they're cool. They come in cool colors, but they're recycled on top of it, so bonus. So that, and then I have this Weleda toothpaste, and it doesn't taste the best, but I like it now. But I can honestly tell you the first couple of times I wasn't so sure about it, but I got to have that. And then that's pretty much my toiletry bag. But everywhere I go, like in my pickup right now, I have this pack I take everywhere with me, and it's my lifeline pack. So regardless of where I am, I know I can get home with what's in it. So like I have like the striker, I have my lighter, I have gear, I have insulated clothing, I have like my thin capilene layer, I have a waterproof shell, I have shoes, I have my knife, I've got the dehydrated food, I got tablets to purify water, I got my UV light pen to kill all the microorganisms that you can't see. Yeah, I'm like that guy.
You're like MacGyver.
I go everywhere with that thing.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.